Hello arcade gamers, this is Daniel back again with BiggggyD's Arcade, and I want to welcome you back to my channel this evening. I'm going to be doing another chill and chat with you guys, going through some recent Arcade 1-Up news, and then also I'm going to be covering a video at the end which I found on the Arcade 1-Up official YouTube page. So definitely tune in and make sure to watch till the very end because that's going to be really exciting, and I'm going to point out some things that I feel like others may have missed or have not covered. So we'll all get to do that together in my chill and chat this week. So let's get into it. So the very first thing I wanted to cover is the ball top or the bat top falling off of the joysticks. So any of the Arcade 1-Up community, if you've been doing this for a long time, this is old news. We've been dealing with this for a very long time, and we've kind of found our methods, our ways around it. And it kind of got brought back up this week because there was a large YouTube personality out there who doesn't typically cover Arcade 1-Up, and he had purchased the NFL Blitz. So he did a review video, and he has a large following of subscribers, and so it kind of made a really big kind of a topic for the Arcade 1-Up community because he had spent a large amount of his review time discussing his bat tops falling off, which was kind of strange because he had an NBA Jam just to the left of it, and NBA Jam has the same problem. So everyone found it kind of weird that he was discussing that and had a problem with it because you feel like he would have already experienced that before in his previous cabinet. But it kind of got everyone thinking, you know, if you're a new Arcade 1-Up customer, you may not know about that. And how are you going to resolve that issue? So there's been a lot of method talking out there, and one of them is Loctite. So I've never personally used that method because I feel like once you put the Loctite on, yes, it is very tight. It's not coming off, but that's the issue. When you need to move the cabinet later or you want to mod it and take that joystick out, it's going to be much more difficult to get it off later on. So I chose a method back in 2019 when I first got my Final Fight, and I've been using it ever since. So I wanted to share that with everyone else, and it's a video here that I made on how to do it. And basically you're just going to cut off a small piece of electrical tape, and you're going to cut it off to about 2 inches. And then long-wise, you're going to cut it, very, very small, like a 1/10 of an inch. And then once you get your piece that you're going to use, you're going to then cut it even slimmer. You're going to want to maybe get it to, 1/20th of an inch or even smaller. Just about as small as you can get it with a pair of just general basic office at-home scissors. So there, I've got my piece of tape, and when you're putting it on, you want to wrap it around, and you want it to be tight. You don't want it to have any piece where it's sticking out or isn't tight. You just want it to be as tight and wrapped around as you can. And then you're going to dig your fingernails into the threads, getting that glue and that tape well into the thread. Grab your ball top or your bat top, and you're simply just going to screw it on. And you're going to want to make sure when you're doing this that you screw it all the way down. So you're going to see, if you do it that way, you're not going to see the electrical tape at all. But that ball top or that bat top's on there really snug. And if you ever have to take it off, it's super simple to take off. You just tug on it a little bit and it comes right off. So definitely wanted to show you guys that method, and hopefully you guys find that helpful. Anytime I find something that I'm doing as an Arcade 1-Up customer that I find useful that no one knows about, I'm going to share it. So wanted to let you guys know about that one. So there was a video that dropped today by Console Fanboy, and it was a pretty unique video because it was 2028 Arcade 1-Up CES, right? So it got me thinking, 5-6 years out, where are we going to be as customers? Where is Arcade 1-Up going to be as a company? And that got me thinking, there's two things that they really need to focus on long term. One is going to be parts. The other is going to be repairs. Because as these cabinets age, as these begin to age in people's homes, there are going to be wearable items, or there are going to be games or hardware or software, things that are going to start failing that are going to need to be replaced or repaired, right? So one thing that they're going to need to do, and I have an issue on one of mine, Final Fight, my oldest cabinet, my game deck, the plexiglass overlay for the game deck has started to crack. So if I go to the Arcade1Up website, I've noticed that they do have a parts department, but they don't carry every cabinet's parts, and they don't have every part. And let's say, for instance, I'm able to find the part that I need. A lot of times those are out of stock, and they've never resupplied that stock. So they've got a real problem on their hands. They're going to have to increase the amount of parts that they carry. They obviously want to carry a part for each cabinet that they've released that may be needed, and they want to keep that in stock. So as supply dwindles, they'll want to restock those items and those parts for customers moving forward. Also, another thing is a repair type service. So like an extended warranty would be a good idea. Either you purchase an extended warranty when you purchase the cabinet. So you get your initial 90-day warranty, extend that out to 2 or 3 years, or allow Arcade1Up customers to purchase a warranty well after. So like, 4 or 5 years down the road, we start seeing wear on our cabinets. We can purchase a warranty that'll get us another 5 years out of it. Extending these cabinets 10 or 15 years into the future rather than making them something that's eventually going to become obsolete or unusable. So something to think about as a company is parts and repair type services. And I also believe that there are third parties that will start developing their own parts, and there are third parties that will develop their own repair services and stores and at-home services where they come to you to service your Arcade1Up. So a lot of opportunity there moving forward. So I did join this Facebook group called the Official Arcade1Up Global Fan Page. If you guys check them out on Facebook, they seem to be the largest out there with about 27,000 members. And I joined last week, and I instantly on Thursday at 8:45 saw the very first Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in someone's home. This is not a review unit. This is an actual purchase, pre-order from a customer who has received their unit. So it was really exciting when I saw this, and I haven't seen much coverage on it this week. I was very surprised to see that. But I'm going to cover it, and this person is in Australia, and they have already received theirs. There are many other Australians that have received their Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And we're starting to see video of the gameplay of these machines. So here's just a little intro short from CM out in Australia showing their cabinet. Looks really good. I've got to get one of these. They've also posted just another video real quick of the gameplay. So we get to see that. And it's really cool to see it in someone's home now. But there was a large complaint from the Australians that they can't play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 online. So they can play Marvel vs. Capcom, they can play X-Men Children of the Atom and all the games in between that are fighters online, but they can't play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 online. So we now have 2 of the most recent Arcade1Up cabinets coming out, being shipped to people's homes, advertised as Wi-Fi compatible, yet these are not online compatible. They're not online playable. So it's a little bit of false advertisement. And we heard from John D last week that they're working on getting Blitz and now Marvel vs. Capcom 2, we know, up and running online. And we do not have an ETA on when that will be, which I find just unreasonable. I just can't accept that they're selling these cabinets as online compatible, online leaderboards, online playable, but yet we can't play them online. That's just not right. And I think a lot of other people are upset about it as well. And we were supposed to get word this week from John D on when they were going to get it up and running for Blitz, at least. Well, he's gone. No one has seen John D in over a week. No one has heard from him. And no word on when online is coming. So many are speculating, are we ever going to get online for Blitz? Are we now ever going to get online for Marvel vs. Capcom 2? We don't have any evidence to support otherwise. So hopefully that's not the case, but we don't know anything else other than these two cabinets are advertised as online, but they cannot be played online. So not good news for the release of both Blitz and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The good news is many people are willing and wanting to purchase the Marvel vs. Capcom 2, even if it never becomes online compatible. So about half of the poll in 19K Fox's show this evening indicated they would purchase this cabinet even if it was never online playable. So that's good news. And I'm kind of like one of those too. I think I would purchase it anyways. So I've been covering iiRcade a lot lately. I've been doing my research on them. I'm a potential customer of theirs. I would like to buy one. There's some things that I've covered recently that are holding me back. One of them being the amount of titles, the availability to purchase at retailers. So a lot of things. But he covered, or iiRcade covered with a Q&A session called Game Days on Friday, about a 30, 45-minute video live broadcast with Michael, the executive producer, in which he answered everyone's questions. And there was a really good question early on about the retailers and would we be seeing iiRcade at other retailers anytime soon? He indicated no, there's nothing in the works for that. They do currently still have Best Buy. And the only available iiRcade at Best Buy is going to be Retromania Gen 1. And that's going to be that way for the rest of 2022. Now, he did say in 2023 they are working with Best Buy to get the iiRcade Gold and then different versions of the Gold. So the Double Dragon, the Dragon's Lair, the Dead Cells, trying to get more availability of different versions of their cabinets at the store and online for Best Buy. So that's exciting. So early 2023, we should start having a wider selection, at least, of cabinets and options in the iiRcade category at Best Buy. But they are not going to be anywhere else that we've heard or that they know of anytime soon. I did ask him personally in a chat, live chat, would we be getting Kohl's in the near future? He did say Kohl's is not anything that they have an agreement with yet. He does understand, though, that Kohl's Cash is a large incentive for at-home arcade buyers. I agree with that 100%. You're buying a $600 or a $1,200 iiRcade. It'd be nice to get $100 or $200 worth of Kohl's Cash that you can spend on things that you actually need while making that purchase. So hopefully we'll see Kohl's next year. But for now, it's just Best Buy. We did get into some discussion on Operation Wolf. Everyone's kind of eager to know, are they going to have an Operation Wolf cabinet with the Operation Wolf artwork? And that is not in the works right now. They're hoping maybe next year or the following year they can come out with one, but right now that is not happening. They do not have anything ready to announce for that. He did say, too, let's pump our brakes on the shooters. They just have one right now, which is Operation Wolf, and it's not even released yet. It's still in the testing phase. So let's kind of pump our brakes and take a step back on the shooters. It's one title, and it's not even released. He did say that the holster is something that they are looking at because the send-in light gun comes with a holster, a generic one. And there is a bolt on the left and right side of the game deck of the iiRcade Gold that they could utilize to potentially mount a send-in light gun holster on the left and right side. So they are working on that, and hopefully early next year they'll come up with something that we can purchase to hold the light gun on the arcade itself and keep it with the machine at all times. So we've been seeing a lot of NFL Blitz arriving at homes last week. We've been getting a lot of reviews this week. 19K Fox did his video. So 19K Fox's review, we got to keep in mind, he's an enthusiast. He has a lot of arcade one-ups. He knows what to look for. He knows what to be critical of. There's a lot of other reviewers out there like him, and most of those are negative. Most of them are saying it's not worth $5.99. Let's wait it out. Let's wait till they get it online. Let's wait for a patch. Let's wait for a deal. However, there are a lot of new buyers. There's a lot of people out there getting Blitz, and they're first-time Arcade 1-Up buyers. They're first-time at-home arcade buyers. And the reason that is they see the NFL name. They're at their Sam's. They're at their Walmart. And they're like, hey, honey, let's get this for the game room. They got a pool table, and they want to put it next to the pool table. So we've been seeing a lot of reviews popping up, a lot of videos and talk in the community from first-time Arcade 1-Up purchasers, and they love their cabinet. They're giving great reviews. And the reason that is, I feel, is that they don't know what to look for. They just want the name, they want it to turn on, and they want it to look good. The playability of it, the joysticks, the lit marquee, all those things that we are looking at and analyzing and talking about aren't things that the general first-time, average buyer even cares about. So it's a mixture of very good reviews and bad reviews is what I'm seeing, and it's about 50-50. And I feel like most of the good reviews are new buyers. Most of the bad reviews are seasoned vets in the Arcade 1-Up community. So that's something to think about. So this is a commercial that I came across yesterday, and I wanted to kind of go through the video with everyone in my chillin' chat this evening because there's a lot of Easter eggs in here. There's a lot of really exciting things to look for, just like when you watch a movie trailer. You watch this Arcade 1-Up commercial, which I want to point out is from 2018. So this was released in November 2018 when they first started. And I've never seen anyone cover this video or even point any of this out. So hopefully you guys that are watching, subscribe and comment and bring this up on the other channels as well, because I think I may be onto something. So when the commercial first starts, we see 3 cabinets. And what's interesting is we either have these cabinets already or the game was already released on a cabinet, right? So we got Crystal Castles. This came out on the very first Centipede cabinet. It also is now on the most recent Centipede cabinet. It is a hidden game. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 we've seen. We have many Mortal Kombat versions. We also have Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, which we have many versions of. So if I press play here, he makes a left-hand turn. And I can't see what this lady or this lady here is playing on the left of his side there. And then we can't really make out what this gentleman here is playing. I believe this may be a golden tee. Maybe you guys know what that is, but it kind of looks like a golden tee to me. You also notice they're wearing sunglasses. So it dates all the way back to 2018 is when the sunglass movement started in the Arcade 1-Up community. Because you'll see the guy walking in and the guy playing what I think is golden tee are both wearing sunglasses. So that's where it started, guys. And then I think right above that guy's head is a Double Dragon, which we've seen a leaked version of Double Dragon at the headquarters in Miami, but they haven't released one yet. So this is interesting, and this is probably the clearest picture we've got yet of the new Tapper that we got a leak of last month. So it dates all the way back to this commercial in 2018, the XL version of Root Beer Tapper. And this was a really cool leak last month because we got a full look of it. Here we can only see the monitor, the side panel, and the marquee. But we got a really grainy picture of the whole thing last month. And it has a fridge and it has cup holders. So this is going to be something we're probably going to see next year. And this is something that they've been working on. We can now say without a doubt, we have evidence that they've been working on it since 2018. So that's really cool. I can't see what this is that the guy's playing there. I still think it may be Golden Tee, but I don't know. So there's Tron, and that was extremely accurate in the way that the one they released last year. It's been a big hit, probably a top 2 or 3 cabinet by Arcade 1-Up to date has been Tron. We get Pac-Man there. You can see just the P. And then P-Dub's Arcade Loft will be extremely happy because Arcade 1-Up is coming out with Q*bert. So there we can see the Q and the B. And then that looks like a Dragon's Lair right there next to the left of Q*bert with the marquee off. And there's more sunglasses. So that Pac-Man is a class of 81. We've seen that one. We've seen the Dragon's Lair. Q*bert maybe next year. I don't know what machine this is. If you guys know to the right of Q*bert what that is, please comment. Let everyone know. And then to the right of that unknown cabinet, that is Outrun. So we got a standing version and a sit-down version of Outrun already. And then here's our original Gen 1 lineup. Right there. Street Fighter, Galaga, Pac-Man, Centipede. So if you go back here, you'll get a really good look. You see all the pinballs. So I wanted to bring that up because we've gotten Marvel, Star Wars, and Attack from Mars. Definitely, it looks like Arcade 1-Up has had pinball on their mind since 2018, and there's a lot of pinball tables in this commercial. So I think that we're probably going to see some future pinball tables. Definitely going to see some future pinball tables. There's your Gen 1. And then I just wanted to get a quick look here because we see Outrun. There it is. And that was very accurate to the way it looked when it came out. And then this pinball here, it says high speed. So maybe you guys know what pinball machine that is. But maybe we'll see that one soon. Puts his quarters down. And he starts playing Galaga. She walks up to him, whispers in his ear. We don't know what. And then we see his son. Now we're back at his home. So it looked like it was a flashback to the arcade in his younger years, which that brings back the nostalgic, part of this and why we buy these things, right? And now he's at home and he's with his son and they're playing Pac-Man, they're playing Galaga. Now he gets to teach his son how to play Pac-Man. So it's the bonding experience with your family. And what really set this thing off, and I feel like was good marketing and a good idea, right? In 2018, Arcade 1-Up came up with this idea, and they marketed it right to the right people and the right audience, and this was spot on. And this is why they were so successful, is a lot of people wanted this experience in their home. They wanted the bonding experience with their family and their children. And that's how they got to where they're at today, right? And here's your original 6. Centipede, Street Fighter, Pac-Man, Galaga, Rampage, and Asteroids. We're all really great cabinets, and a lot of people still have these today. And we only got the generic risers back then. So we've come a long way, guys. We've come, almost 5 years now. We get to look back and reminisce on what it was like when all this started and where we're at today and how far we've come, how far the company has come and competitors have come. So I really wanted to share that, and I enjoyed that commercial and wanted to see what everyone else thought about it. And hopefully we'll see in other videos coming up, people cover that same content. I would like to see what their opinion is on it as well. But that kind of got me thinking too, where I've come since 2019 was when I purchased my first cabinet, and it was my Final Fight. It was actually a Gen 2. It was not a Gen 1. It was their Gen 2 lineup. And very similar to the Gen 1, but was not included in the original ones. And then shortly after that, I got my Marvel Superheroes cabinet here. I had modded that one shortly after I'd gotten it. And I have about 60 of the greatest arcade games on this one. And then I got the NBA Jam after that at an incredible deal. And I got my first lit up marquee. I got my first riser with the cabinet. Didn't have to purchase it separately. Got my first 4-player game deck. And then I purchased my Attack from Mars and got over $100 in Kohl's Cash for it. And I've really enjoyed playing it. And then last week I got my Pac-Man Legacy 14-in-1. Got my first molded coin door. So I'm in an apartment. I only have a 1-bedroom. I've chosen not to have a couch because I want arcades. And I've kind of maxed out my space, but I've done measurements and I can fit one more. If I squeeze everything together, right here I can fit one more cabinet. And I've decided I'm going to get the Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which should be arriving in stores next week. So I'll be doing a lot of coverage on that cabinet and reviews and information on it. So make sure to subscribe and check back and comment. And also, I want to let everyone know I'm at over 70 subscribers. Once I get to 500, I can make community posts. So something I'm really good at and something I enjoy doing is finding deals and sharing those deals with the rest of the community. And getting to the 500 subscribers and being able to make those community posts will help everyone find the deal and the savings that they're wanting. So help me get there, guys. And I hope everyone enjoys this video, and go back and look at some of my previous videos if this is your first time here. But I will see everyone in the next video, and I hope you guys have a good early next week, and I will see you guys later in the next one. Bye-bye.